Until about 10,000 years ago, Angel Island was connected to the mainland. It was cut off by the rise in sea levels due to the end of the last ice age. From about 2,000 years ago, the island was a fishing and hunting site for Coast Miwok Native Americans. Similar evidence of Native American settlement is found on the nearby mainland of the Tiburon Peninsula. In 1775, the Spanish naval vessel San Carlos made the first European entry to the San Francisco Bay. Under the command of Juan de Ayala, Ayala anchored off Angel Island and gave it its modern name, Isla de los Angeles. The bay where he anchored is now known as Ayala Cove.
My name is Tej Man. I moved to Yuba City in 1975 from Punjab, India. I've been here most of my life in Yuba City area. Initially, I moved to Foster City, Bay Area in January 1975. Finished up my 8th grade there. I was the only Punjabi in that school. So it helped me learn the language at a much faster pace. Due to lack of jobs and communication skills with my parents, since they did not have any formal education or any skills that were marketable in Bay Area, we moved to Yuba City and worked in the as farm labor for quite a while in the Yuba City area. Life was a challenge back then. What you knew back home was the past, and in America, life was back then. Your friends and neighbors knew very little of who you are. They didn't know much about Punjab or India or your religion.
I'd like to invite Under Sheriff Smallwood and Detective Jaran Singh to share a few thoughts as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing is I would like to just say thank you. Thank you for reminding myself and my fellow co-partners from the police department and the sheriff's department what an honor it is to serve our community. For you folks to come together and to help us mourn and fix our heartbreak by warming our hearts of the loss of Deputy Dhaliwal. It is an honor to stand here, but it's also a heartbreak. I never had the opportunity to meet Deputy Dhaliwal, but looking at some of the legacy that has been shown on social media and hearing the stories today, I can assure you that his family, although heartbroken and lost, is going to have warm hearts because of you folks. Deputy Dhaliwal is a legacy. not only as a law enforcement officer, the first Sikh deputy in Harris County, but just as a man who served his community and his family with honor.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We are gathered here today not as Democrats or Republicans, not as Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, Christians, or Jews. We are here today representing humanity and community to mourn the tragic loss of Deputy Sandeep Singh Dhaliwal. Deputy Dhaliwal was the face of what Sikhism truly looks like and represents. In its truest form, Deputy Dhaliwal represented seva, selfless seva, our call to duty for service. He was the face of eternal optimism. We call that Chardhi Kala. He lived a life dedicated to Sarvata Pala, welfare for all of humanity. We must continue the work for the betterment of society, because that is how we honor Deputy Dhaliwal, by coming together in the name of humanity, in the name of community. That is his living legacy. It's about all of us coming together, celebrating our Creator, our diversity, our hopes, and our dreams. We must not let that die with him. So my call to all of you is that call to duty and service. Let us learn from Deputy Dhaliwal's true symbol of what he is and what he was. We should not be here today. I'm here with my son to share in this pain and this sorrow with all of you. We should not be here. He should be alive. He should be with his family. We all get to go home and be with our family. But let's make our life count. Let's make our life count every day. That's how we will honor him today and always. Thank you.
The majority of immigrants processed on Angel Island were from Asian countries, specifically China, Japan, Russia, and South Asia. From 1910 to 1940, Angel Island processed about 500,000 immigrants from 80 countries before it closed when a fire broke out. Over the next 30 years, restrictions to Asian immigration and naturalization slowly loosened. Most Sikh immigrants to the United States came from the province of Punjab and came to the United States to work on agricultural farms in California. Traveling via Hong Kong to Angel Island in the years just after 1900s.
Surinder Singh, 65, and Gurjatwal, 78, were out on their customary afternoon stroll in this suburb south of Sacramento when they were shot near the bright green bus shelter overlooking California 99, where they often stopped to rest. Police have not ruled out the possibility of a hate crime. It is a scenario that has played out numerous times since September 11, 2001, Sikhs mistaken for Muslims and randomly attacked.
Construction for the Singh and Kaur Park began in 2018 to help raise awareness about violence against religious minorities like Sikhs, who are often targeted because of their distinctive turbans. Civil rights groups estimate over 300 acts of violence targeted toward American Sikhs since the September 11 terrorist attacks, including the mass shooting of a Sikh temple near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. "Our family is still in pain," said Kamalayit Atwal, son of slain Gurn Singh Atwal. My father is missed, but we are thankful for all of the support we have received over the years from the Elk Grove community. The park's name alludes to the Sikh cultural tradition of taking the surname Singh for males and Kaur for females, a practice developed in India as a reaction against caste discrimination.
One of the organizers of the Sikh Library and Museum at the Stockton, California Gurdwara is Dr. Harbhajan Singh Sher Gill, who along with such other members likes of Dr. Gurinder Singh Dhaliwal, together they approach their Sikh community members to reconstruct the age-old Sikh library to modern era of 21st century through donations from Sikh community member and as well as their own funds. Sikh Motorcycle Club mission statement is to promote, to ride a motorcycle while wearing the turban and without a helmet, also to bring together a group of people who has belief in Sikh philosophies and riding style. Sangeet Group of California. We became instant hit around the world the early 80s. Few of us got together, thought there is no Punjabi pop band in USA today. Why don't we put our talents together and start one? And so we did. And it was a start to new music mixed with vintage Punjabi music. And people around the world fell in love with our music. Our songs were played at most Punjabi celebrations in different countries.
I think America also started changing that. Hey, it's okay. You don't have to adopt to the American way of life 100%. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your culture. So we start, while maintaining our American way of life, start re-adopting our Punjabi culture, and we start having festivals. We had the first Sikh parade in Yuba Sutter in 1980 in the Yuba City area. And that was kind of the lead to a lot of parades in the various communities as more and more Gurdwaras were being built, and especially in the Valley, Bay Area. More radio stations, more TV shows, more festivals. We, in Yuba City area, we started, had the first Punjabi American Festival in 1995. At the fairgrounds. That start bringing people back to their culture. I know I start coming back to our culture, start listening to Punjabi songs, start watching Indian movies, Punjabi movies, attended more. There were more functions at the Gurdwara.
My name is Parneet Gill. I have been working with Elk Grove Unified School District for the last 18 years, and I teach science. And over here in Lodi Khalsa School, this is a Sunday school to teach Punjabi to kids, and I work as a volunteer in this school. This is just our effort to connect our kids back to their roots so that they can learn how to read and how to write in Punjabi. And most of us over here are the volunteers. On Sundays, we have class from 12 to 2 p.m. Where kids are arranged into like 6 or 7 different levels, and they have this opportunity to learn another language.
The Stockton Gurdwara was founded in 1912 by Baba Ajaiwala Singh and Baba Basika Singh. It was constructed in the early 1900s by the large Indian population that settled in San Joaquin County. This area was chosen for numerous reasons, most notably because it has many similarities to the Punjab region in India. A committee was assembled for the purpose of raising funds to construct a local Gurdwara, and by September of 1912, the land on South Grant Street was purchased. The purchased land already contained a farmhouse, which was converted to serve as the main building. The temple was completed by October, and services were held beginning on October 24, 1912. By 1930, renovations were necessary, and a more modern temple was constructed. The original building is now used as a library. To promote their cause, they began publishing the Gadar, a newspaper made available in multiple languages that has the distinction of being the first Punjabi language newspaper in America. In addition to independence literature, the group sponsored expeditions to India. The Gadar's efforts did not end until India gained independence in 1947. The Gadar Party is not the Stockton Gurdwara's only contribution to politics. Congressman Dalip Singh Sand, elected in 1956 from the 29th District of California, was the first Indian American and first Sikh American to be elected to U.S. Congress. Congressman Sand was re-elected twice but suffered an incapacitating stroke, ending his political career. Before serving Congress, Sand served his community as secretary of the Stockton Gurdwara. While bigger Gurdwaras have been built in America, Stockton Gurdwara Sahib retains its importance in both the religious history of North American Sikhs and California history. The Gurdwara remains a historic temple visited by high members of the religion and has been designated a California historical landmark. It serves as a symbol of the diverse population that has developed San Joaquin County into the community it is today.
Accomplished a lot. I'm proud of what I accomplished being a department head, director of environmental health. I was the first director of environmental health, brought quite a few people into that field. I was the first to get elected city council. Proud to serve and make a small difference in Yuba County and bring people into political arena. But I think my kids could do more. And I tell them, if you just did what I did, that's not enough. I need you to do more. I need you to go a step further. I need you to be involved in whatever way in your community, not just to go make a living for yourself. Everybody does that. We have to give back, make this community a better community. Let's give back. We enjoyed the wonderful America when we got here. Somebody built that. The soldiers that gave up their lives in all the various wars. going back to George Washington and Thomas Jefferson days, and the Civil War, and what President Lincoln did, and all these people, the sacrifices they made, the people that developed the land, and the casualties along the way. Now it's our turn to plant a tree whose shade our next generation's gonna enjoy. So my advice to all, from my experience, 46, 47 experience in this country as my adult life, is that we can all make a difference. Don't look to some, you know, President Kennedy was great, or that person was great. I used to say that, and that I can't do it. That person is so great, that person is so huge, and we can all make a difference. Listen, I was a little kid growing up learning how to swim in the little pond in our village in India. I didn't even know America existed. I didn't even know where America was. A few months removed from my village, I was going to school here and speaking English, and 4 years removed from my village, I was going to UC Davis. So if a guy from a village who had no resources, who knew nothing, could do that, and then become a councilman of their town, where when I was going to Yuba City High School, people used to say, "Hey raghead, hey Hindu, go back to your country." And I used to say, "Oh no, I'm not Hindu, I'm Sikh." I didn't even understand that they were calling me names. Same person. A couple of decades later, it was Honorable Tej Maan. We would like to meet with you, Honorable Tej Maan, about some city council issue. We can do that. Look, a guy like Tej from a little village, without a family that's educated and has connections. If I could do that, I know you guys could do a lot more. I think you can build on something we started. So get involved, get engaged, whether it's you're in school or college or your community, do something and make your parents and grandparents proud, so they can say, "I'm glad I made all those sacrifices because my kids, my grandkids are making a difference in this country." And let's make this a better country for our great-grandkids. They're going to live here, and they're going to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So, thank you.
Imprisoned in the wooden building day after day, my freedom withheld, how can I bear to talk about it? I look to see who is happy, but they only sit quietly. In prison, we were victimized as if we were guilty, given no opportunity to explain. It was really brutal. I bow my head in reflection, but there is nothing I can do. Don't say that everything within is Western styled. Even if it is built of jade, it has turned into a cage. From now on, I am departing far from this building. All of my fellow villagers are rejoicing with me.